YouTube. Bit of a change of pace today. Thought we'd do a tier list. I'm a big fan of Formula One, and I basically ranked every single season from 2010 to 2024. There is a mention for 2025, but you can sort of piece that together. If you like the content, please like, please comment, please subscribe. I'm live every day over on Twitch, twitch.tv/Yowan. Links in the description. Pop over and come say hi. As you can see, we're growing each and every day. We're at 60 followers now, according to this. I think it's 61 though. I think it's not quite updated. But yeah, come say hi. Much love. So, not gonna lie, the main plan for today, we're doing an F1 season tier list. Okay, let me move my camera. Okay, let me move my chud head. Where am I going? I'll go down here, why not? That seems like the best place to be. And with that, we're going to rank every season from 2010 onwards, because anytime before that, I was a fetus, basically. I was like sub 10 years old. And, well, this only includes 2024. No 2025, but we'll pretend 2025 is also a thing on here. Now, Formula One has been quite a big part of my life. Since I was a kid, I used to watch it with my granddad at my granddad's house. Been into it for a long time. Okay? But it hasn't always been that good, let's be real. It has its moments when it's absolute cheeks, and it has its moments where it's absolutely fantastic. 2010, though, was Sebastian Vettel's first world title. It came literally down to the last race, didn't it? For me, it's going into a 10 out of 10 season. You've got that picture of Alonso right at the end of the last race, just staring off into the distance, which is the greatest meme of all time. F1 meme of all time, anyway. You've got, coming down to the last race, you've got Dubist, Veltmeister. Great season. It is a 10 out of 10 season. I don't think you really get much better than that. 2011, though, I don't think was as entertaining as far as I remember. Quickly check. Yeah, it was. Seb just absolutely destroyed everyone. Kind of made everyone look average. It goes in a boring season, okay? When you've got a driver that's 120 points ahead of everyone else, you cannot call that an interesting season, all right? That is a boring season, flat out. That's just not interesting to watch at all. But it was sort of the beginning of the Mercedes resurgence, and we all know how that ended up. But I mean, JB finished second. It's not a garbage season, as from what I remember, but it wasn't good. It really wasn't good. It was also the first time my favourite driver ever, Mr. Danny Rick, was on the grid, which says a lot. Now, 2012, banger season, absolute banger season. This is coming from someone that first got into the F1 game during 2012. I still play those games to this day. The 2012 Formula One World Championship, from what I remember, was an absolute all-timer in the way that it could have been a lot worse, it could have been a lot better, but overall it gets a W. There's definitely a lot worse seasons on this list, which we'll get to, but there's definitely better seasons on this list, which we'll also get to. However, it was a banger. Coming down to last race, 3 points in it. Kimi Raikkonen was bankrupting Lotus on his own. Romain Grosjean looked good. 2012, you had how many different race winners to start the year? It was insane. Absolutely insane. That was the year Pastor Maldonado won a random race, didn't he? In Barcelona. So 2012 was a banger season, bro. It started off so hot, and then obviously Seb happened again. 2013, though, from what I remember, was an absolute shitstomp. Now, yes, it's a boring season, okay? 150 points, 155 points he beat everyone by. Mark Webber's nowhere to be seen. He's almost 200 points behind his teammate. He's not even close. But it was the beginning of Lewis Hamilton in a Mercedes. It was also the last year of this regulations. So this is where things start to get a bit spicier. You feel me? But with that came the end of the V8. Rest in peace to the V8. You will be missed. Just for the noise, really. More so than anything. But this is where 2014 comes in. And Mercedes come out and they are absolutely insane. Lewis Hamilton made it look easy. As far as I remember, he was like 70 points clear of Rosberg. That's domination, bro. That's an okay. Daniel Ricciardo was good. Vettel was nowhere near as good. Kind of washed at that point. At his time, got beat by Danny Rick over the course of the season. Valtteri Bottas was starting to make noise. Good season, bro. It was okay. Nothing special. You know, Kimi Räikkönen had just gone back to Ferrari, and that car was just absolutely terrible, from what I remember. But not as bad as the 2015 season, which is the season where every single car became ugly. As far as I remember, there was the most hideous car on the grid possible. I can't remember which one it was though. Doesn't matter. But with that 2015, things closed up a bit between Hamilton and Rosberg. Again, it's an okay season though. It's not a banger. We're going to get to the bangers coming up. Like some serious bangers too. The Ferrari started becoming good. Seb found his form again. You know, the Williams was top class. I think overall it's a W season. No, it's an average season. Nothing special. Could be better, could be worse. We'll see. Now, 2016. It's going to top a banger. I'm sorry, having a title fight go that way, and then that way, and then that way, and then that way. That is electric. Genuinely electric. Rosberg won it by 5 points. You had Hamilton trying to do some tomfoolery, so to say, right at the end. And it also spawned in a wild Max Verstappen into a Red Bull, which is obviously became a problem for years. Like, he genuinely became a problem for years after that. But, you know, it's not the end of the world. Overall, good season. Carlos Sainz, finally on the grid. Esteban Ocon on the grid. It was a good season. It sort of brought a lot of people to now, who we know and love, to limelight. So overall, it is a great season. Oh, Sergio Perez in that Force India, that hideous Force India car, bro. The orange, ugh. Ming him, absolutely ming him. 2017, pure domination. I think that was the year that Lewis kind of just ran away with it. To me, 2017, from what I remember, was a pretty garbage year. From what I remember. It was Mercedes, Ferrari, 2 Red Bulls, 2 Force Indias. Yeah, it was literally 2 by 2 the whole way down the grid, basically. But, you know, we got that one Valtteri Bottas win in Sochi. Fucking god-awful track. It was a pretty mediocre year. Now, that was a bad year. 2018 was spicy up until the Germany incident. Now, the Germany incident absolutely ruined everything. We kind of ruined the whole season, and then Lewis found his form. So it gets okay. It was an okay season. Once Lewis found his rhythm, that was it, bro. It was game over. Like, it's that simple. But, again, that is to be expected when, you know, at this point, he'd won... Well, you obviously have 2008 on here, 2008, 2014, 2015, lost 2016, won 2017, won 2018, won 2019. 2019, what happened in 2019? Let me check. I think 2019 was a pretty forgotten season. Oh, that was the year Charles Leclerc got into a Ferrari, wasn't it? They had the illegal engine. Yeah, I remember that. That was fucking stupid. Alex Albon became a thing. Obviously, all of those rookies. Yeah. Mercedes kind of ran away with it. 2019 was pretty boring. You know, there's a 150-point difference between the Ferraris and the Mercedes and Max Verstappen to anyone else. So, you can't really call that a good season. Like, that is boring. Now, COVID year... I mean, it was pure domination by Lewis again. But was 2020 boring? Can I be that harsh to say 2020 was boring? Yeah, top of boring. Maybe bottom of okay. It wasn't that great of a year, but at all. You know, missing half the year. It was just a boring year. Let's be real here. It was just mega boring. Nothing really entertaining happened. 2021 though, in my opinion, the greatest season of my lifetime. That season single-handedly made hundreds of thousands of Formula 1 fans. Again, through Drive to Survive, which I've got a difficult opinion about. I'm not a fan of Drive to Survive, never have been. It kind of just over-dramatizes the whole picture, which to me is just like... But you got Max and Lewis trying to kill each other. You got Silverstone, you got Monza. The whole time they're just murdering each other. Absolutely murdering each other. But on top of that, you had so many different, you know, the amount of people that were just all over the place. You had results that just stood out. Oh, mate. Quality year. 2021, quality year. Pretty sure that was the year we had Danny Rick. Yeah, Danny Rick won in the McLaren, didn't he, in 2021? That was a good year. We will absolutely take a Danny Rick win. That was also the year, well, it was the beginning of the end, wasn't it, really, for Lewis Hamilton. But 2022, now, if I remember, this was, yeah, this is where things get a bit sour, okay? 2022 started very good between Max and Charles, and then Charles kind of fell off a cliff. Go top of okay. 23, this is when Max absolutely dominated, wasn't it? 2023, when he won like 10 on the bounce. Yeah, he had over double second places points. Need I say more? Garbage. 2024, the McLarens finally came good. No one could touch Max. Bunch of different winners. Charles won his, you know, 2024 can go in okay. It goes in okay, I think. I think okay's fair. I think okay's the most fair place for it. Now, 2025 probably goes top of okay, bottom of banger. Top of okay, bottom of banger. 2026 could go absolutely any way. All these reports I'm seeing, you know, you've got your Mercedes engines the best. I read a report that Alpine is the lightest car currently, who've now got a Mercedes engine. Who knows? But as for those seasons, that's that. 2025 was pretty good because of Oscar, because of Lando, because of Max. No one else really got close at any point. But it was also the end of those terrible regulations when no one could really do anything. However, 2026, I don't know how it's going to go. Red Bull don't sound very happy. I don't think the Ferrari engine is going to be too good. I've just got a terrible feeling. I get the feeling that anyone powered by Mercedes cars is just going to run away. I seriously think that too. They're just going to absolutely disappear into the distance. But that's that tier list. I think that's probably the most fair tier list you'd see. I'd probably move that there. Maybe even there. Yeah, 2012 is a unreal season. This can go there. 2018 banger. Yeah, I think that's fair. I think that is the most justified and fair tier list of the F1 seasons from 2010 until 2024. 2025 would go in okay. I think that is completely and utterly fair.